they know that those guys really want the girls out there. That girl knows she is the prize to him. You are just the charger sitting at home being cheated on. Meanwhile, he really wants those girls, which is why he always, after he gets charged with you in the house, kiss you on your forehead, smack you on the ass, and be like, all right, baby, I'll be back. And he goes out to the streets as his best, full, replenished self, and he gets to live the fantasy that he really wants. So I don't know that you guys are ready for this. By no means am I advocating for anyone with this type of mindset. I just want to give you some more context so you can understand why these girls feel it is a flex to be the girl that a guy cheats with versus on. I just had a conversation about this, so this is like synchronizing so perfectly for me to have it fresh on my brain to share with y'all on TikTok. So boom, let's say that you are an empath or a good girl, however you see it, that dates the narcissists, the bad boys, right? Who are very inconsistent, but they always talk about how they want to be in a relationship and they need somebody to hold it down. Okay, boom. So what you're not realizing is most narcissists have a lot of insecurities. They have imposter syndrome, etc. They don't trust themselves, their decisions, so they always need a home base. You are that home base, the girl that gets cheated on, right? He is the iPhone, you're the charger. A narcissist or a guy that you're dating that's always cheating needs a home base, a solid rock at home, so he can come home and get all the emotional, mental, spiritual replenishment, and then he goes back into the streets with girls that he really, really wants, but for some reason he feels he cannot get. Sorry for all the zooming. So back to the stitch, right? Those girls flex because some of them, not all cases of being cheated on, they're cheating with that kind of girl with this mindset. But there is a majority and a masses of girls that know this. They know that those insecure men that you're dating and I'm going to stick beside them, you're their iPhone charger, replenishing them and replenishing their battery pack. They know that those guys really want the girls out there. That girl knows she is the prize to him. You are just the charger sitting at home being cheated on. Meanwhile, he really wants those girls, which is why he always, after he gets charged with you in the house, kiss you on your forehead, smack you on the ass, and be like, all right, baby, I'll be back. And he goes out to the streets as his best, full, replenished self, and he gets to live the fantasy that he really wants. So the girls...
So you're making this, I thought the video was about the woman talking about she'd rather cheat with a guy than be cheated on. Now you're making this about the dude. I mean, hey, we can talk about that too. So you're kind of getting into the whole Madonna whore complex thing about he just wants to come home and use you just as long as, you know, he has attention from you and you're giving him all these good things that he's the iPhone, he's been fully charged, and now he can go back out to the streets and cheat with these women that he really wants. People cheat for different reasons, right? But before we even get into that, let's go back to we talking about the women, which you basically didn't really even get into yet. I feel, I can only think, I can't really speak for a woman, but what I assume is that the reason why this woman said that she would rather cheat with a guy than be cheated on is because she feels like she has some sort of control. She doesn't have control of this guy cheating on her, as opposed to if she cheats with the guy and she's the side chick, which some chicks want to be side chicks because, and I heard people, which I covered this topic, I think a week ago, there's nothing special about you that's making you the side chick. How is it that you feel like you got some sort of control or you're competing? Some women just feel like, okay, if he's coming to me, he can stay with you. But at the end of the day, even though I'm not, you can say, well, you don't have a ring. She doesn't have a ring on her finger. She can still feel like this guy is leaving his actual wife to be with me. And I'm still doing my thing on the side. So she feels like she's in some sort of control, even though he's going home to his wife. She doesn't have to worry about that because she understands the situation. She doesn't have to worry about being cheated on because she already knows that both of the mugs is cheating. Both of these MFs is cheating. Now, in terms of the narcissist, you can say that because this term is thrown around too loosely in terms of him getting a narcissist need to get their fill and this imposter syndrome, all this stuff you're talking about. This is a blanket term that y'all ladies use for everything. So does that make every cheater a narcissist? Because they don't really care about their partner. All they care about is themselves, right? Or do they care about their partner because they don't want to hurt their partner's feelings, therefore they don't tell them? Me, it all boils down to insecurity. Because if you're really living in your truth or you about that life, you'll be like, yo, this is what I'm about to do. You know? And either you with it or you ain't. And that's you living your truth, doing your thing, so on and so forth. And you just keeping it honest. But anybody who goes behind somebody else's back and is afraid to tell them for the repercussions is an insecure person. They're afraid of losing that person. There's insecurity in losing that. So they'd rather keep that thing going. But anyway, let's get back to it, baby.
Post a video like that and say what they say, there's some validity and truth to it. They know that guy and those type of guys cheat with them because they are really the ones they want. So, as triggering as it may be to see that, I just had to break that down because there is some truth in it, some validity. Not all cases, because we got different cases of why people cheat, etc. But there's a large percent of that, and a lot of girls are not realizing that, babe. Yeah. The men want the girls that they're cheating with. For some reason, they feel they cannot. And a lot of times, they know they can't have those girls because those girls aren't willing to be the home-based charger like you.
Now, that I do agree with. That last point. They don't want to be the home base. They don't want to be the main. Some of y'all be like, well, the side chick just wants to take the main's position. No, they don't. They cool with being the side chick. It's exciting. It's something new. It's that thought. It's that taboo. It's that knowing that I shouldn't be doing this. And this goes for the person, both parties that's cheating. They know they shouldn't be doing it. But let's not make it just about like a man thing. I understand your channel may be just geared towards the women, but let's not make it that it's the man's fault. These women want to cheat. It's not necessarily, dudes be cheating with ugly chicks too. That don't necessarily mean that he wants to be with this ugly chick. Once again, back to the Madonna whore complex. He feels that he can smut this out. It's exciting, but he want to come back to his wifey who's the main. So people do what they do. As far as a woman approaching cheating from a position of power by being the side chick and not being the one who cheats rather than being the one who cheats with another man rather than being the one that's cheating on, you know, it may be an illusion, if you will, but hey, I think that's the reason why she may be saying something like that. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. What's the reason behind that? And for you ladies that's watching, what end of the perspective would you rather be on? You know, curious to hear. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Calendly and Linktree to book that one-on-one with yours truly. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. If you haven't, hit all notifications because I'm hearing you guys haven't been getting notified. Make sure you guys subscribe to my backup channel, JR Wisdom Unlimited. Make sure you guys subscribe to my credit and business channel, The Hustler's Apprentice. And make sure you guys purchase all my books and merch, t-shirts, things like that. Those But JR shirts, I know it's backwards because of the camera. Anyway, if you guys didn't know, I have a new dating show called The Cuffing Reason Show. If you guys are interested in being a guest, make sure you guys DM me on Instagram or email me at jrwisdomunlimited@gmail.com. So with that being said, listen, man, this is wisdom. Peace be upon you all. The mercy and blessings of the Almighty. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.